don't get why you two insist on inflicting psychic damage on me and introducing these things to me.
Look, man.
We were all reveling in that funny picture of Donald Trump with his hands pulled up really high, and you have to give me a new thing that I know other people are doing around me.
You say
insane.
So you say you have an ick.
Yeah. So you're saying introducing you.
This is a meaningless word. This word means nothing. I hate language. I'm turning into a boomer about words. They shouldn't invent any more words.
So you're saying that seeing Donald Trump and Rudy Giuliani with their pants up high might have gave you the ick?
I want you to define the word for me. I literally introduce the podcast and then define the word for me.
Hey, everybody, welcome. Oh. We're rolling. Hey.
Okay. So,
the
ick, from what I can tell, just off of parsing glances, is when you feel uncomfortable or you find something womanly or like off-putting about what they're supposed to be portrayed like. So you feel, you just feel off about something, and so the most insane women imaginable see a guy doing something normal or like could be construed as feminine even sometimes, like, oh, this dude's washing the dishes. That gives me the ick.
Yeah, this dude loves his mom. Ick. Ew, that's grody. This guy
is upset about his day. Disgusting.
Yeah.
He should kill himself.
Don't ever talk to me about any problem that you've ever had. That's an ick to me.
It just genuinely seems like they're bad partners.
When a dude
like these are the same type of people, not just women, people in general, who will just be like, I have to do things for my significant other.
Yeah.
Why would I do that?
That's ick.
Yeah, it gives me the ick.
I have to contribute something to a relationship. That's ick.
The reason why this is brought up too is because we were sitting in the car, and Chase was talking about how like people in general are kind of like bad, really. Like that, he doesn't like how they act and how they think, because they're all. I don't know how to like describe it because he was talking about his job.
So
right?
I was describing like most people I meet. I think like 80% of the people you meet, and I'll just say this, are terrible people. Like in some way or another, they have some flaw about them where they do not want to be nice to just random people in general. Like
culturally,
like culturally in America, I feel like it is very common to just not care about people, and when you're at work with somebody, like. I don't know. Every workplace I've ever worked at has had like normal people and then psychos. And there's like no in between. And usually the psychos are the ones in higher positions. And because that's just how it works naturally.
Or they get bounced out for the most insane fucking thing you've ever heard in your life. Or they'll just tell you about the most insane thing that they've ever done in their entire life.
But I was saying to Smuggy, I said, look, I think that that's just what brought us to like this general topic. But then I said, look, I think a trolley problem is really hard for people because they don't want to have to make decisions even if it would benefit the rest of, this or that, right?
Yeah.
He was talking about like how like
use Hitler. That's the easiest one.
Like you wouldn't want to kill Hitler because killing somebody is morally wrong, so it makes you feel bad, even though the job has to be done for the betterment of society or something like that.
Yeah.
And there was also stuff about like police or something like that, and like if there's somebody in like a bad position and they have all the power, how do you remove them outside of like say killing them or something, right?
Or firing them and putting them
and
in
having
prison.
having another position of power stop them from coming back, right?
Yeah.
You have to have like an overarching thing, but because having that outlier and having to think about like a solution to the problem is hard, what I said is it's like it gives them the ick because they think something about like there's something hard that they have to think about, and it's like unsavory if you take it out of context. Like, say you had to kill Hitler, right? You had to kill somebody. Killing somebody's bad, so it gives you the ick, but you don't understand the context of the whole situation. So it's just like
Hitler.
Yeah. Well, even outside of that, it's just like, oh, I have to pull the trolley. This gives me the ick.
Doing anything is the ick. Like, but it strikes me as like, so being uncomfortable about anything is bad.
Yeah.
Like, but like
Yeah.
that's 90% of life is just you have to deal with uncomfortable things.
Yeah.
Don't make me feel uncomfortable at bad at any point. And these are the same people who wonder why all their relationships fail.
Yeah.
Almost immediately.
Oh my! It's exactly like when you talk to some, like Chase had this happen with our cousin where they talk to them about their problems and they're like, that's just too much for me right now. I can't handle this emotional burden.
Yeah, honestly, I appreciate you being there for me, but I can't handle this right now. So I understand you're going through
People
something, so
taking
don't talk to me.
therapeutic language and
Oh, it's so
self-helping
annoying.
it is the worst thing that has ever happened.
It's so
Therapeutic language leaving a therapeutic setting has been the worst thing that's happened to society
it's
ever.
so annoying.
It has just empowered the worst human
yeah, like
beings alive.
it's
to be
literally
awful.
like instead of engaging with someone else and their like problems and trying to like be a community or something or like be supportive to someone else, it's like, oh, just go get therapy. Shut the fuck up. Go somewhere, do something else. Don't talk to me anymore.
Well, it's like I have to like imagine you and I are talking and we're like friends. We've been friends for a while, and you say, "Hey Chase, can you go get me a coffee? Let's go ahead. Let's run through it."
Chase, yeah, I'm feeling real tired. Could you grab me like a cup of coffee?
See, we have to create boundaries because what you want from me and what you expect of me is different than what you see. What I mean? You just want to die. You want to die when somebody does that.
And then, like, you know for a fact, like, you bought them a coffee the other day, and they're like, actually, I don't want to spend money on you. Yeah, I know you did something for me the other day, but I don't. Paying it forward, it's a little too much for me right now. I'm in a really bad financial situation.
Not even that. It's always like it's always
But you know
like
what I mean, like-
it's like this. Yeah, it's always like this. Yeah, really, I'm just not in a good headspace right now for that. Like for that kind of, you know what I mean? So if you come to me,
the fact that it's like that I hate the most is like that kind of therapeutic language is useful if you have like actual trauma and you're actually trying to set boundaries. But it's like, no, normal humans who have nothing wrong with them. All these people seem neurotypical outside of the fact that like they are expressing the most psychotic shit I've ever fucking heard.
I think like a problem with it.
Oh, is somebody emotionally hurt and they want to share something with you because you're in a relationship and that is the expectation? Oh, that's an ick.
Like
that kind of gives me an ick.
Even with
honestly.
like
Oh, things are getting hard and they want to be able to rely on you as a human being, as a partner, literally the meaning of that term. That's a bit of an ick.
Well, I feel like even if they're doing it in good faith, like, you know, like I don't know what to like give, like even if they wanted time or something in order to like respond or something like that, the way they phrase it is so bad to where it doesn't make up.
It sounds so detached from everything.
It's not even. It's like it's like patronizing, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like you're talking down to them like they need to do something in order to fix themselves first before you can even like help in. And like usually it's just like with minor stuff too, with like the ick thing. It's like, well, the ick thing is like really dumb stuff, but like
the ick thing is like so many layers of like societal corruption
and rot. Like, oh man,
like,
acting a little girly, and it's like,
what does that even mean?
What the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Oh no,
it's
his hip is swaying.
No, it's the extension of that old jokes like, fellas, is it gay to eat dessert?
Yeah.
Like every other 5 minutes, it's like, okay, list of things I'm not allowed to do. Eat dessert, drink wine, cook.
Yeah.
Eat vegetables. Order
enjoy,
a salad.
Enjoy
order
reading.
Something small. Order a drink that I like. Don't order a drink because I don't feel like drinking. Drinking water. Drinking soda. Drinking a milkshake. Fellas, is it gay to drink milkshake? Is that a little coded? You know,
I think like
it's gay.
I think meal prepping is kind of, it gives me the ick, and I think if you like, especially with Brussels sprouts and you like fry them or something, I think it gives me the ick.
What you got to do?
You should only be eating raw meat.
If you're taking the time as a man to chop Brussels sprouts in half, put them inside of a bowl, toss that those Brussels sprouts in oil. Apply salt, garlic pepper, black pepper, ancho chili powder if you feel like it. Then putting those on a pan and then setting an oven to 425 degrees and cooking them for approximately 10 minutes or until golden brown on the flat side. Remember, put them flat side. That's a bit of an ick. That's a bit queer-coded, right?
This guy sucks dick.
This guy eats ass. Brackets in the gay way.
Yeah, in the gay way. Man, if anybody ever, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I'm in a very comfortable, respectful relationship where, like, I can act how I want to act as long as it's within the boundaries of, like, our mutual understanding of who I am as a person, right? Mm-hmm. Like, and I can even go around that and you know, delve off in the unknown territory. But when it comes to people who are, like, it's a little gay, to, like, you know, to...
Oh my God,
a little gay.
You telling me if you get into a car accident and you limp...
Are you telling me that you're kind of sad that your dad is sick? It's a bit ick.
It's so stupid. I'm literally... I was playing a game last night. I'm like, okay, I gotta get off, guys. I gotta take a bath and go to bed, you know? I was like... They were like, you're gonna take a bath? I'm like, one, what's wrong with you? I'm just gonna take a shower. Like, what does it matter? I just said I had to clean my...
Wash your ass.
You relaxed? You relaxed?
The point was I'm cleaning...
So
like, I don't... Is it really like everybody else thinks bath means specifically bath? Because I've never heard.
Who cares?
Like, yeah, well, obviously who cares? But like, I've always had, like, when I say that, it always happens. I'm like, no, dude, I'm just washing my ass.
This is
like, what's going on?
This is a thing that happened to a streamer named Foozly, where they were like, oh yeah, I only shower like maybe 3 times a week. And then they're like, what? You only shower 3 times a week? And she's like, yeah, I mean, like, you know, I only shower maybe 3 times a week. And they're like, you only take... And then everybody realized that she wasn't talking about, like, she doesn't bathe regularly. She just only, like, washes her hair, like, 3 times a week instead of just, like, actually bathing. And, like, the cultural understanding of, like, bathing and showering is so dumb.
Like, it means different things to different people depending on how you use language.
And it's like...
Imagine, like, different skin types, too. You can't, like, always... like wash yourself every day,
well,
especially if you got dry skin.
I got eczema. I can't use soap on my... I mean, like, I ain't a stinky bitch or nothing. I ain't a little stinky kitten. But, you know, I can't, like... I mean, you can see eczema breaking out on my arms right now. And it's just from washing my hands and my arms so much.
Stinky kitten?
Yeah. Well, you never been on a Discord server?
Well,
yeah. I don't... You ain't never been on a Discord server?
Hey, girl, I can't smell you over Discord.
Was that worse or better than the toes bit?
That's significantly worse. Yeah, that's...
Than the toes bit?
The toes?
You don't remember the toes bit?
Oh my God, I was watching... Some dude posted a streamer girl that was, like, playing Overwatch, and she, like, does it constantly, and she plays for, like, over 30 hours, like, in sections of... I'm like... I'm like, I can make her worse. Like, it was so funny, man.
I could never play a game.
Horrible. Yeah,
for 30 hours.
For 30 hours straight, I don't think that'd be fucked up.
It's just so long. I mean, sometimes I can do like 24, maybe.
No.
Like if I'm really into
have
it.
To sleep. Yeah.
No, I couldn't do it.
I guess I'm built different though. Badly.
I guess I'm built different. In parentheses, depression. Like I could never do anything for 10, 12 hours straight. Well, it's insane. Even work is like, I have to sit down and do other things for a little bit.
If I'm enjoying it, I can do it all day, you know. It's not a big deal.
No, I can't. I'd get a migraine, I'd get a headache. Anything I do for 12, 10 hours.
I think only like work related stuff I couldn't do. I get so like things that are specifically timed that I have to do, can't do it. Like say I'm playing, even if I'm playing a game and I enjoy the game, if I have to do something like raid every Tuesday, Thursday, like 5 o'clock, nope, not happening. I would do it for like 2 weeks and I'm like, I can't do that. No.
I also can't have fun for like 12 hours straight. You know what I mean? Like that's
it's a different type of thing. I've gone to like cons or whatever, like day cons or something like that.
But sitting down like in your room playing a video game by yourself.
I could, yeah. It depends on the game.
It wildly depends. It would have to be like something really special. Normally, it's just I have to do other stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Gotta go pee.
yeah.
Gotta get up, use the bathroom.
I gotta cook. Gotta do whatever. That kind
Yeah,
of
that's
shit.
my thing. Is like I can't just sit there. Well, maybe maybe it is because I have like an actual like physical problem. Like I have sugar problems, so I feel like absolute shit if I do nothing for like 5 hours because I can just feel it like the time bomb ticking, But
Maybe.
that I don't know. But I'm trying to imagine like me as a kid. Let's say I'm playing like Pokemon Stadium 2. I'm like 10 years old.
I mean, we played for a long time for a lot of games, like maybe 6+ hours. Like I think the only reason that
so long.
we even played WoW on like expansion releases for. Like,
Yeah, that's different. I have mental problems then. I still do, but I had mental problems real bad then.
That's like the same thing, but like even back then, like I know I'd play like hell, even Roller Coaster Tycoon I would play for a really long time because I don't think it's like a hyperfixation thing. It's just like, oh, I got something to do, and I don't really feel like going to bed.
Ooh. I think that's like a normal response is like, I'm going to go to bed. I feel like that's like...
Well, sometimes...
Yeah, unless you're like...
I get...
really, really... one of those really crazy people who gets insomnia or really fucking hyper-focuses or like and is just slamming back energy drinks for like...
Panda.
30 fucking hours.
I don't get like...
Panda.
I guess.
Like, I get like levels of tired.
Yeah.
Like, there's my normal wake, right? And then there's like, oh, I'm just in a daze. I know I'm about to go to bed soon, but it's going to be like 3 hours. I don't feel like doing anything, but I can watch like a YouTube video or something, for 3 hours or so. And I'm like, oh, can go to bed. And then there's the point where it's just like, yeah, I'm not doing nothing. Let me just sleep.
I have tired, awake, and insomnia, and that's it. Those are my 3 moods.
Well, I get like insomnia, like
I
drug.
hate not being able to sleep sometimes.
Do you have problems with insomnia?
It's not like insomnia. It's just like sometimes you'll just lay down and it's just like, have you ever had that like thing where it's like you're so sore or whatever that like you somehow just can't sleep? Some work weeks are kind of like that. It's like, oh fuck, I just can't sleep. It's like hell, but like
And then you wake up and go to work.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the loop. That's the hell loop.
The worst one was that, but I woke up and went to the funeral, and that was the funeral where the crazy lady got up on stage and started talking for 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Not good. I could have done without that.
The only time I've ever been in so much pain I can't sleep is like being sick. Like being sick pain.
Growing pains?
Never had those. I'm short.
That's crazy. I have growing pains even now.
I'm 5'4", man. I'm not getting
Sometimes
growing
I think,
pains.
but I just don't remember it.
I'm like 5'8".
6, 7.
I'm like 5'8".
You're not that much taller than me.
I'm like 5'8". Okay, if we want to start doing it, I'm like 6 foot.
I'm almost 7 feet. I'm secretly Shaquille O'Neal, but I'm using a illusion to make myself appear smaller.
And wider?
And
Wider,
yeah. That's right.
A lot wider. Irish.
Significantly wider, yeah.
Looking Irish.
White as the driven snow, baby.
You got more hair too than Shaquille O'Neal, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I think so. I don't know. I've never seen Shaq. I've never seen.
Shaq has had like stubble and stuff like that.
What if we had Shaq on the podcast?
He would never come to this.
You don't think Shaq would come on the podcast?
Absolutely fucking
What if
not.
I told him I could like beat him in a 1v1?
No. He would not.
Probably, I don't know, like
Why
talk
would he
shit
care?
about you or something, and then never respond ever
Who
again.
cares?
I think Shaq's a
You're
nice
Shaquille
guy.
O'Neal.
I mean, he could be. I don't know. I just don't think he'd come onto the.
He's got a master's, man.
It's true.
He's smart.
Okay, I mean,
Very
I
smart.
like maybe if we're talking about something related to his masters.
Are you putting down Shaquille O'Neal right now?
No,
What about The Rock? You think The Rock would come on?
No.
I wouldn't want. The
I
Rock on
wouldn't
the
even-
You
podcast.
would want The Rock on?
No, I don't.
Not
wanna
after the
talk
Maui
to,
fires?
No, I wouldn't
Not
want the.
just that. Like this, he's a Republican anyway.
Ew,
Like-
what? He is?
Yeah, he's like a really hardcore neocon
Do
conservative.
you really think somebody that doesn't allow himself to be like an evil villain in movies and somebody to lose in movies is somebody like normal?
I don't know. That's just like an ego thing to me.
Well-
That's less.
I mean, it's ego, and he's also like an anti-abortion.
Oh,
chud too. Like
dude.
he hasn't been like openly chuddish ever since he started like the doing gear and like eating 70 million pounds of cod shit. But like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds nice.
Yeah, man, that's so sad. The way everybody you like, everybody you watch movies of. That's like Billy Crystal. I already said this in the last podcast, though. But Billy Crystal is so good. Him and Gene Wilder. Both of them. Look at it. Look at what happens.
Blackface.
Yep.
Well, Gene Wilder did it earlier. It's sort of like Mickey Rooney too.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
actually, I can't.
Good old Mickey Rooney.
What percentage of comedians do you think did blackface?
100.
I mean, in the 80s, like almost all of them,
100.
at least some point. Like they've done
100%.
something really fucked up if they were around the 70s or 60s or 80s for sure.
It's complete. Man, what do you mean?
Did they drop your fucking shit off at the door?
What? We ordered food.
I just said hand it to me on the thing, so I don't know why they dropped
We ordered food, and they just said they completed the order, and they weren't here yet.
Well, they didn't say anything.
So maybe they're coming, and they just finished the order before giving it to us to get a different order going. Or, more possibly, they stole our food. That's a very...
Hit the call button?
Yeah, go ahead, call them. Yeah, let's see what's up. Kimberly.
Do you want to pause?
No, we're running it.
Or just run it in the other room. Don't fucking put some rando on blast.
Well, they can't hear. I don't think. Okay. All right. All right. Go over there. Go over there. Tell us how it goes.
Stealing food? Yeah, it's an ick.
That is an ick. I had that happen a lot with DoorDash.
Yeah, I've had that happen at least one time.
I had it happen 3 times.
Fuck.
Yeah. Where I used to live, apparently it was a very common thing. And then I caught a guy stealing it, where he took a picture and then picked it up and started to leave. And I caught him. I was like, "Hey man, that's my food." And he was like, "Oh yeah, I didn't think anybody was home." I'm like, "Yep. All right, well have a good one." And I grabbed the food, and then he took the drink. He had the drink in his car. He didn't even bring it up. Yeah, it was bad.
Damn, what an asshole.
Yeah, it's almost like you shouldn't pay an extra $30 for delivery and should just go up and get it.
Okay, Tony, we got a new job. I got a new scheme for you, Tone. It's called DoorDash. What you got to do is you got to get a bunch of introverts and convince them that paying $30 extra for McDonald's is economically feasible.
Yeah, I can't wait until that falls through. It already has, hasn't it?
I mean,
Is he
I don't know
is he
if
able?
it's like...
Did you reach him? No. All right. Go down there and check. If they didn't answer, that's crazy.
We should
Yeah.
pause.
All right, we'll pause. We'll come
Yeah,
back.
We'll pause.
That's crazy.
Recording on. We're back.
We're back. We got the food. They didn't steal it.
They didn't steal food.
And they just left it and didn't say where or when. They just left it.
Why?
Well, we know.
Now Chase and Maxie are cold.
Yeah, it's really cold. My hands are cold. It could be from all the root beer.
Could be from all the root beer. They're having toxic shock.
Yeah.
I'm shaking right now.
Yeah, botulism.
I'm feeling it right here,
The root beer virus has taken hold of you. It's stuck into your brain.
You know what might warm me up?
What?
The one chip challenge.
Oh God.
I should not do that if I'm already
Especially
feeling
not
bad.
after
So much
eating
root
cocaine.
Yeah. I already.
You'll fucking regret that shit immediately.
Oh, it's so good.
That makes
It's like coming
me
back up.
Yeah, that makes me want to do it. I'm an addict.
Ooh, I'm a
Like
glutton for
you
punishment.
Get it's the chip is in it. It's got a little cardboard coffin.
Yeah.
It's really great.
Who lives right there? You know?
I have no fucking idea.
I can see in their window. It feels weird. I feel like I can't.
It's voyeuristic.
Yeah, I
It's
just
fucked
gotta
up.
like do like this. You know?
You know, it's my ick.
What?
Voyeurism.
It's a-
So we were talking about like the therapeutic language thing,
yeah.
and I had a bit about that. So, we were gonna drag me for this again, but I am vaguely aware of the Real Housewives of Atlanta because my roommate used to watch that shit. Not my roommate, my coworker used to watch that shit
Okay.
literally all the time.
Right, your roommate. Mm-hmm.
Shut up. My coworker used to watch that shit inside of the office all the time because she had a Peacock account and she would watch it on work computer. And then they blocked Peacock, so she couldn't watch it anymore. So now they watch murder mysteries and old episodes of the Boondocks.
Oh, Murder,
on
She
YouTube.
Wrote?
No.
No.
It's usually something weird, like it's just true crime shit.
Who
Where they talk to
cares? Who
people and-
cares?
yeah, you know, it's like First 48 and crap. Whatever they can scrounge off of YouTube.
Gross.
Because all of the streaming websites have been blocked on that computer.
Imagine your boss knowing what Peacock is. You know what I mean? That's so
It's
funny.
the IT department in particular.
Oh.
Somehow, some way, I guess like the people in the IT heads in Tampa, where we basically run all our electronic shit, are like, people are actually watching too much streaming services in the office. We gotta block that website.
It's so lame. Oh yeah, they have it on in the background. Can't have people have fun.
Yeah, nothing cool can happen here.
Yeah.
So anyway, I would be occasionally aware of things that are happening on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, and bad things would happen to the worst people in the world on that show, and I would feel nothing because they all suck. However, one time that got my goat is there is this chick on the show that had started a rumor about another woman on the show that said other woman had sexually assaulted this chick.
As a rumor?
Yes, as a
Oh.
rumor.
Like, not true.
Not true. Spread literal rumors that she had like sexually
sexual assault.
assaulted this woman who was, I think, like a subordinate.
Okay.
Why?
So,
For
so
what?
It's just a lie. Right?
Yeah, just
For
like
what?
a
Yeah.
sheer lie, just to
For
start
what?
shit on the show.
Yeah, for what? Is that good for views?
I guess. It was
Kinda,
popular.
yeah. I mean, it's a reality show. That's like half of their stuff is they do just fucked up shit on that show. But like, they had started this rumor, and this rumor had gone out, and during the season, right, they don't watch footage
Right.
because they're filming this reality TV show over the course of a few weeks or months or whatever. So this rumor comes out, and the whole drama for an entire season is who did this rumor. Although you as the viewer know is that it's this one lady who is a shithead who starts a rumor about this chick sexually assaulting people. So this goes, theoretically, sight unseen for like 2 years within the show's chronology until the other chick finds out who exactly did it and confronts them, and it's a whole thing. There's these huge fights on the show. And at the very end, they have these dumb little wrap-up recap episodes hosted by the most annoying gay dude imaginable. And the gay dude brings up this thing as if it's like a piece of drama and not a extremely serious piece of libel.
Yeah.
And it's like, why did you do it? And they get into this big fucking argument because of course they do. Why wouldn't you? And the chick who started the fucking rumor uses goddamn therapy language to try to dodge shit about it.
You're giving me the ick right now.
Yeah, that is,
Yeah,
that,
exactly.
that is such ick.
It's such ick to not let me spread libelous rumors about you committing sexual assault on a subordinate.
It gives me the ick when you deliver like a food item to somebody and don't confirm that it's actually at the place of red.
Drop it
Yeah,
off in the
it's the
lobby.
same type of ick as somebody spreading a rumor for 2 years that you
Yeah.
sexually assaulted someone.
It's the same type of ick to me.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know if it was implied in the show or not, but it's like the implication is that they never actually stopped doing that rumor, because every time it would come up, everyone would be like, who the fuck is saying this goddamn shit about me? And like this one chick is like having, had basically a hypothesis of like, oh well, yeah, calling immediately when the rumor started, oh, this bitch is the one spreading the fucking rumor about me, and she's always dodging it, until finally being confronted with the actual literal footage of like, oh yeah, she, sexually assaulted and groped her fucking subordinate who quit or something like that.
Yikes.
And all this other weird, gross shit. But they constantly do that. The longer that show went on, the more it's like, she was watching the whole fucking show over like a year and a half in chronological order from the beginning. And it's like the longer the show went on, the more you see therapy language and
Oh.
self-help language creeping into these
Oh.
fucking hideous wretched pieces of shit's dialogue. More and more, it's like therapeutic bullshit about like, I've got to center myself, or you're not like, you know.
You're just not on my
one of a thousand
wavelength.
different therapeutic pieces of language about stuff where they are clearly in the wrong. They're clearly awful pieces of shit, and they're just like,
you don't get it. Riley, you're just a little too dumb to understand the fact that they're being manipulated, and you're the one who's at fault.
Look, honestly, I think if we come together in a communicative state and we talk about why maybe she didn't like that I spread a rumor about her sexually assaulting someone, maybe then we could come to terms with like who we are like as a whole, you know, instead of like who we are individually, because that's a lot different. I'm pretty good at gaslighting, aren't I?
Yeah, you're really good at it, but also that's the entire show.
That would make me. I could not watch that. I could not.
God
watch
damn
that.
it, dude! It's the most infuriating shit ever. Like half of these fucking things, it's half of like reality TV show psychos going to therapists, and then they're not actually going to that therapist to like get better.
Yeah.
They're doing it to have a
to
little
reinforce
participation trophy to pin on their lapel, being like, I've gone to therapy and I'm a better person.
You know,
now. I'm more complete. You need to center yourself and improve. That kind of shit, where you're not actually going to therapy to get better, or like to use the therapeutic tools given to you to adapt and refocus yourself in everyday life, but to use it as like a hatchet to kill the other people.
I can't wait till I go to my therapist and tell them all the stuff I've heard about you. They're gonna hate you.
Or you're just like using the therapist as like a gossip session, basically, and the therapist the therapist is literally the only person in your life whose job it kind of sort of is to not immediately call you an awful piece of shit and sort of kind of nod and say, okay, well, how does that make you feel?
I've had a couple.
They won't like directly call you out because they don't actually have all the context. You can lie to them. Basically.
If you're not actually trying to get like a therapist that you like and connect with, you can get the worst therapist imaginable. Because when I was looking for a therapist back when I was really young, like in my teenage years, I had a therapist who I would talk to for like a month until I moved on to a different one, convinced everybody to move me on to a different one, where he would say things to me that like made me not want to exist anymore. Like I would go in and I'd be like, yeah, my teachers really get on my nerves and I feel like I'm just like soloed out. He's like, really what you need to focus on is just doing your homework. And I'd be like, click, click, here it goes. I'm going to do it.
Funny story about like a therapy session I had when I was a kid.
Oh no.
So I had like attention problems, all this other shit when I was a kid. And like one time in 7th grade, they showed this movie that was like really distressing to me for some reason as a kid. It was like a really fucking intense opening. It's about like a disease basically, and like all these people are trapped on a plane and they're doing all these things. It's like a drama film.
I've watched it.
And
I know what you're talking about.
The opening is like this guy running away and there's this tense music and he gets like shot in the back several times. There's like squibs and everything.
Yeah.
And as a kid, for some reason, I don't know why, that was really fucking distressing to me. And I flipped the fuck out and I like walked out. I just kind of stayed outside of the classroom for the entire time. And like the school freaked the fuck out on my parents for me doing that because like, oh, Riley was very disruptive. He was really bad also.
Oh no.
And then like, you know, my therapist is like, yeah, you know, why didn't you like it? All that stuff. I was like, yeah, well, yeah, okay, well, it sounds distressing. Well, you should sit outside. Just don't watch it. Don't do it. And my therapist went and watched the movie that, like, because my dad had requested the tape because he's like, oh, yeah, let's watch the movie. It was like my therapist and my dad watched this movie, and my therapist was like, why the fuck were they showing this to kids?
Yeah,
these are like
it?
11-year-olds? Why the fuck are they showing this to kids? This is really intense. Holy shit. It's like, I mean, yeah, I don't think they should be watching this. They're like, what, 10, 11? This is a lot for kids.
Come on, kids. We're learning about literature. Here's Clockwork Orange.
It's like, Yeah. Like, come on, kids. We're learning about Nazi Italy. Let's watch Sallow.
Dude, did they make you watch Boy in the Striped Pajamas? You're probably too old.
No, that was way too old.
I think
Yeah.
I remember.
I had to watch. I had to watch Boy in the Striped
We
Pajamas.
watched bits of Schindler's List, but that was in high school.
Man, that one's a tough watch because Schindler is still a piece of shit. Like that's the whole point of the movie. But then you're at the end of it, all these kids are like, "Wow, Schindler's a pretty good guy," and you're like, "No, kids, you missed the point. You missed
it again."
No.
I remember they didn't make us read like Water for Chocolate until like 12th grade. Because it was like,
well, I don't know what that is.
it involves a rape.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's a Mexican drama romance book that's like one of the more famous pieces of older Mexican literature. One of the like lauded for being one of the major big pieces of breakout Mexican literature in the literary circles, Western canon, blah blah blah. It involves a lot of really fucked up shit, and they were like, "Oh yeah, by the way, we are allowing you to read this book because we know that you all are almost 8. Some of you are 18, some of you 17. By now, you should be able to be mature about this shit."
Yeah, I think back then too, they didn't really understand that. Like, it wasn't really about being mature about it. It was like opting out. Like, that really makes me uncomfortable. I don't want to. I don't want to deal with that.
That book was fucking not good anyway. Yeah. But it was like a lot of that was at least like, it was at least like more about the teacher trying to talk to be able to like to get you to talk about tough subjects in an appropriate manner, which is the only reason why I look back on that chunk of that English class positively. Is the book was bad, but at least the English teacher was trying to be like, this is how you read about things, this is how you critically look at stuff that has tough subjects in it, even if it is a book that you might find reprehensible or something like that. And it's not like they were making me read Lolita or some shit like that, you know?
Yeah.
But like, yeah, therapy.